Yeah, here we are at my ranch, Jason, here in Jenkins, Minnesota. It's Christmas Eve 2011. It's actually been quite warm. Well, we haven't really even hit winter yet, but you know, here we feel extremely blessed to have an opportunity to raise beeves here in a very natural way. We're using purebred Galloways. They're a Scottish breed known for their ability to produce an extremely high quality meat off a low quality forage, which means they're extremely efficient. We don't have to feed them any grain. There's just an excellent meat flavor produced just off grass. You know, we normally want to take them to market when we have green grass. That's when you get the best flavor. If you've been feeding them for hay for 2 months, well, that's not the best. So we don't sell any of our beeves that are on hay. But we'll take a little farm tour here and kind of show you around. You know, this is only my second year at doing this. I've always been interested in farming. I've helped start and run a coffee cooperative in southern Mexico, and I felt the need to come home back to the roots and try to help continue this local market and sustainability issues. So here we go. This is my well house here. Here's our grilling pit. Got a little landscaping. I got a little Alaskan chainsaw mill, and I've been cutting some of my own lumber. There's going to be my garden next year. You can see I got quite a few posts in the ground. Yeah, I feel very lucky not growing up in a farm family to have been able to save up some money over the years and to purchase a farm. I still owe some money on it, but my goal is to have it paid off within 2 years so I can build a house, because again, sustainability cannot coexist with debt, at least in our minds. So removing ourselves from that burden of slavery, which I call debt, is one of our priorities, you know, along with the production of there's the barn there, the production of extremely high quality cows that are raised in a humane way. You know, every day of their life is a good day. You know, you can see it's winter time here. They're still out in the pasture. We don't lock them up. They always have free range to enjoy themselves. I mean, there's calves out there that are a week old, and look at them. I mean, these Galloways are pretty tough. Most of the time you have a calf this time of the year, and you know, you wouldn't want to keep them outside like that. But these things have a double thick fur coat, so they actually have incredibly good insulating properties. Morning, girls. There's some more down there feeding down there. So you have a nice touch of frost, which is kind of weird this time of year. Here's a brand new black Galloway here. They're all taken off. We had to ban one of the young bulls yesterday, so I didn't want them to breed the young heifers. But you know, we got 80 acres here, and then I have Aaron, who maybe you can see out there. He's going to be starting a dairy. He's at the kind of see their little off the grid house. It's pretty impressive what they're doing. It's definitely not the easy way to do it, but with limited resources, they have a house, their wife there, and she's pregnant, and he's studying at Minnesota State Fergus Falls Sustainable Food Production System, which is an absolute blessing, because you just don't find electric fence. You know, you just don't find education anymore that actually, you know, has an open-minded, critically thinking type of atmosphere, which that does. They're thinking outside the box, or instead of inside the box. You know, some people say we're going forward with genetic engineering and all this Roundup Ready this and that, but we actually think we're going backwards. So for us to go forward, we're going to, in a sense, backwards to the way, you know, it used to be done with the indigenous and the way they hunted and gathered food products, and also bison and deer. So we want to continue the tradition of healing the land, healing the soil, and giving families an opportunity to hopefully farm full time. Obviously the only way we can do this is that we will originally, to start off with, have to charge a little bit more, because the cost of, for me, 80 acres, $3,000 an acre, that's $240,000. Just your mortgage payment alone is over $1,200 a month. So I have a set cost of $15,000 a year and 20 cows. That can right now be, I can expand it to 40, but even at that, I cannot still make a profit. Hopefully in 2 years, I'm trying to hit the efficiency scale of 40 to 50 cows, where I have 20 calves that I can sell as feeder calves to other grass-fed finishers, and then hopefully finish about 20 myself. Or, well, I wouldn't say finish, because there's going to be some females in which we'll keep for breeding, or we'll sell to other people who want to continue the legacy of the Galloway and its grass-fed capabilities, which are absolutely astounding. It's December 24th, and you can see there's one of the heifers down there grazing. They're just exceptionally good animals. You don't have to pump them full of chemicals, antibiotics. We haven't even given them any vaccines yet besides a tetanus shot when we banded them, but it's quite amazing that you can just not do anything and let them be, and they'll actually do remarkably well. So instead of intensive management, we're doing low intensive management. We'll do management for the grazing when it's green, yes, then it goes to the high intensity grazing management. But for maintenance of the cows, it's just working on the genetics through proper breeding. If you just give all your cows preventative vaccines, you'll never know if they have a problem. So by not giving them vaccines, we'll find out if those issues actually, blackleg and the 8 ways and the respiratory, we'll see if we actually have issues, and if we have to do that, we can give them the vaccines, which can be part of a successful grass-fed program. But I don't see any reason in putting unnecessary antibiotics or chemicals in an animal that's essentially semi-wild. There's the beautiful 2-day-old heifer. I didn't even know she was pregnant, but it's awesome to see life. Just a beautiful animal. It's 4 days old now. Just clean, dry. The mother taking good care of her. That's a great belted Galloway. Well, she's actually 7/8 Galloway. The son now is, or the female, the heifer, she will be purebred. All the offspring are purebred, and a couple of the belted Galloway are only 7/8. And we're trying to get them all to purebred now that I have my own belted Galloway bull, along with some of the just straight red and black Galloway. Here's another heifer we got from this year. I think we're going to keep her over for 1 more year, and then we'll breed her at 2 to calve around 3, and hopefully continue and improve the genetics. But yeah, if you want to go to Hollister Farms, hollisterfarm.com, HOLLISTERFARM. You can see the different prices for the Galloway beef. Encourage you to go there, or give us a call. We can explain it to you. You can come out and visit us if you want. Next year we'll be getting all of our beef USDA processed, so that we can individually sell. Right now we're selling just quarters, but as we improve the quality of the beef through good grazing management, we're going to want to seek to try to find maybe some restaurants who want to support local farmers and have like a day a week where it's all local burgers or local food. Many restaurants are trending that way anyways, because the sustainability of it, and also the people are, which is absolutely incredible for me. It's extremely exciting to see people want to go back and support local farmers and local restaurants through the purchasing of local fresh produce and steaks and chickens and whatever else you might find in your local restaurant. So we also ask you to support any of your local co-ops, support your local farmers, your local raw milk, or your organic dairies, or whatever you're interested in, but just support the locals any way you can, because in rural, out here in a rural country, we are a half hour away from a city of 10,000, but it's you know, it's a very difficult environment to make a living and farming because of our marginal soils. Well, the soil feels actually good, but it's so infested with rocks that you know, we just can't plow it under. So, you know, God put this land here for the purposes of grazing, you know, and we're thankful to have such high quality pasture land to raise animals on. I mean, we don't need fertilizer, we don't need chemicals. You know, the cows pretty much do all the work, and the time that when they're eating the grass, they're also replenishing the soil. So it's a cycle that's completely sustainable. I mean, apart from the kelp and mineral that we need, you know, we have to buy salt and kelp, which is our all natural mineral. Everything else is produced here on the farm. You know, eventually, hopefully, we could get to all on-farm inputs where we need no outside sources to survive. You know, salt and mineral is what we're lacking. But you know, in the springtime, the soils actually can slowly be mineralized as we feed them kelp and they fertilize the fields. They will be slowly mineralizing the soil, and over time, hopefully, we can get down to just salt, which would actually be just incredibly awesome. But you know, it's amazing too, as you improve the genetics of your herd, how the management becomes very easy. They're almost they're self-managing. You're never confining them. On very rare occasions, you have to call a vet or use any type of antibiotics or anything, because they're just such hardy animals. You know, I haven't done nothing to a cow yet. Occasionally you always have a random issue, but other than that, they're just extremely. This is one of our heifers that she's 2 years old. It looks like she's going to be getting ready to calf here. She's starting to bag up a little bit. Don't like them bagging up this late, but I mean, it's almost January and she's calving, but we don't have any snow, so I don't see an issue. So if I have to put her in the barn, we can. Originally built the coyotes shack there to hunt coyotes, but you know, after studying and realizing that the local coyote population we've never seen them actually do anything to the cows or harm them in any way. So if we actually shot the coyotes, you'd probably find rogue coyotes come in and take this area over, and they'd be more apt to try to go after a calf. Or if you have local coyotes, which you don't hunt unless they are bothering you, but they never have, they respect the cows and their herding capabilities, and they don't even bother them. So actually killing the predators, which could be predators of the calves, is unnecessary, because they respect them unless there's you know, they'll go after a sick deer or squirrels, or they actually are very good at taking mice and voles and stuff in the wintertime, which is the majority of their diet. Only on a extremely rare occasion would they actually go after a calf, maybe a weak one, but I've never had an issue, so we've never shot a coyote out here, which has been great. So unless we have a problem, we're not going to try to get rid of something that hasn't been an issue for us. So yeah, check out the website and stop by the farm. I'll give you a free pound. I'll cut you up a steak out here and a hamburger, and we'll grill it on the fire out here, and we'll see how you like it. And I know you'll like it, and hopefully you'll come back and continue to purchase the beef from HollisterFarm.com. And me and Abe Hollister, who is kind of the partner in the cooperative, is kind of handling the marketing of them, and he has his own cows, but we're trying to eventually get to a demand of, say, one beef a week. We want to make sure we have the supply first, so we're working together with other grass-fed producers so that anytime we have demand, we can obviously supply them. And because we realize we're up against the Cargills and the ADMs of the world who have supplies in the tens of thousands, and anything they can do to disrupt our supply chain, they will. So we're going to create our own supply chain. And the feedlot system is just a disgusting an inhumane system of producing meat. I mean, we're farmers. I'm not in the manufacturing business like Cargill. They manufacture meat. And we're not going to do that. It's just against my biblical values, and even if I wasn't a Christian, I think it would be inhumane to treat animals in a way where you don't give them an opportunity to enjoy their life before they're harvested. So yeah, that's kind of, to sum it up, you know, the way we do it. And again, remember to support your local farmers, your local restaurants, your local hardware stores, and when you can, please buy American. You know, we've had an economic recession here because of our corporations fleeing to China and other low production countries that don't take care of their workers and don't treat their animals and food production systems like we're doing here. And the only way more people can actually become farmers is if they have a market for it. So please, yeah, buy your local goods, whatever it is, because the only revitalization of America we're going to have is by the consumer. You know, we could have a revolution because we're all dismayed at corporate America, but what it really is, the only proper revolution is a non-violent consumerism, consumer-based revolution where consumers decide and choose to pay a little bit more to get something more nutrient-dense that's going to support their community, and that money is going to stay in the community. I'm not taking any of the money we get from our beef and buying stocks. It's all getting directly invested, whether I'm helping Aaron get a dairy farm or Abe Hollister get a few more cows, or the money is going to stay right here. It's not going to DC, it's not going to corporate America. You know, it's going to stay here, and it's going to be circulated through the hardware store and the Buckwheat Growers Association who sells our kelp. You know, it's all going to stay in the community and make the community grow. So please, again, check us out, and if you're ever in Jenkins, Minnesota, come out and stop out. I'm happy to give you a tour. We got a couple of nice cows here that are kid friendly. You can pet them.